Yo, what's up, guys? Good morning. Good morning. Oh, okay. So, interesting day today, guys. I took a long in the Asia session yesterday to these equal highs, and I held a runner up to this 5-minute fair value gap. Never got tagged, which is interesting. I got stopped out in the PM session. Hold on 1 second, guys. Let me fix this screen because there we go. So what I'm gonna say, I think today is gonna be bullish, at least for the short term. Like I said, we just swept a daily fair value gap, and we bounced from a new week opening gap. So at minimum, I'm thinking we're gonna retrace, hopefully 50%, which is right here at 20,398.75. Now, I wouldn't put it past the market to do some weird things to get us there. Trying to see if we formed any equal highs. Don't know if we did, but let me see. Oh, come here. Guys, I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. I'm not going to take a trade just yet, but I do think that we're bullish in the short term. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, guys, so this looks pretty darn bullish to me. We're inversing all the fair value gaps this morning. And again, like I said, we have that unbalanced 5 above that I think we're going to trade into. If I look at the 2-minute and the 3-minute chart, same thing. We're inversing all these fair value gaps, and we have that unbalanced 5, which I want to hit. Let me draw this out so you guys can see it here. And the R is not fantastic right now, but I do think this will still work. Again, I can't chase this, but I think it will work. Where was there was 8:30 news this morning, right? I'm sorry, guys. I had so much going on. I couldn't really hold on 1 sec, guys. Let me check the calendar. Excuse me. Yeah, so we had non-farm employment change, and then we have manufacturing PMI at 10. So keep that in mind. But yeah, guys, I do think this is bullish short term here. So again, we have this unbalanced 5 that I think is going to hit right now. sorry, I keep looking at the wrong screen. So again, guys, the unbalanced 5-minute comes from right here. You can see it, and it looks like the market is driving up to it. I think it's going to hit with a very, very high degree of certainty. So if you want to scalp right now, you could try like a 1-to-1 here. Again, we did just hit this intraday high, so keep that in mind. We could have like a short-term reversal first. But if I had to guess, I think we're just going to go straight up to it. And there we go. Just hit it. And now we're inside of it. Now I think the next thing is if we inverse this 5, we're going to go up to this intraday high right here. Okay, we're very bullish here, guys. Obviously, like I said from yesterday, I got stopped out on my position. I had a long trade that I was in, but I got half of my partial taken. If you guys remember, I called this earlier today, right when the stream started. I took a 2-minute IFVG in here up to these equal highs, and I was leaving runners up to this internal high and then the 5-minute, and I got stopped on the last runner up to these. I got this take profit hit before my stop got hit, and then I got stopped here, I think. But yeah, this is definitely bullish right now, like I said. If the 5-minute does inverse here, guys, I'm looking at the wrong screen. I took this 2-minute inverse to the equal highs, and I took the profits on that. I took second runner up to this internal high, and I got it, and then I got stopped at break even on the third runner up to the 5-minute. Now, if this 5-minute inverses, we should go up to this internal high right here. So just so you guys know. Excuse me. Wow. Okay. So far I don't see much. But I think what's going to happen here is we're going to trade down into one of these two fair value gaps, and then we're going to bounce. The intraday high that I'm looking at is right here. Right, this is the intraday high that I'm looking at right here that I think we're going to hit today. So I think what will happen is we'll trade down into one of these fair value gaps on the 1-minute, this one or this one, and then we will drive higher up to 20,201. So the RR is not fantastic from this one, but it is pretty good from this one. We're looking at almost a 4-to-1 trade here. But there's a lot of different situations that can happen here. We could come down to this area one more time and then go up. But yeah, I think that it's definitely going to push up here. So hopefully we get another stab down into this 1 minute fair value gap right here. And then if we maybe get another 1 minute IFEG setup from this fair value gap, that will be pretty good. Now we could easily just continue to push from this fair value gap right here, this 1 minute. Definitely possible, but I'm hoping to get a little bit more manipulation here. That would be ideal. But again, guys, if we do inverse this 5, then I will take a long with the basically a 1-to-1 from here. Take profit at those highs and then stop loss somewhere around here. It's going to be another 5-minute close below. And we're also in the 950 macro now. So keep in mind that the market does push at 950 to 1010 macros. Okay, so hopefully we get the stab down here into this 1 minute. And then from here, I will look for a long up to this buy side liquidity, which again comes from the 5. There's also new opening gaps up here that I think we're going to aim for. So definitely bullish bias right now. Again, guys, let's see a stab down into here. And then hopefully we form some kind of a 1 minute IFEG with a big stab candle down, and then we can get the long. Also keep in mind, guys, we have news in 9 minutes, so that could also be the driver for what brings us higher. Is there like something on my camera? There's like a weird spot right here. I don't know what that's from. Okay, guys, so we could just get a push higher here for sure. I would prefer, again, to see a stab down into this 1 minute FEG, but it doesn't have to happen. Okay, so hopefully we get a dump here, guys. Otherwise, this is just going to go without us. Yeah, so no push yet. So again, hopefully, guys, we get a stab down into here first, and then we get the long. So you see how we rejected the 5-minute here after taking out an internal high? That's typically not a good sign. You want to see continuation. You don't want to see a lack of displacement here at this high, which we just saw. So now what we'll probably see is a rejection down to this internal low, into the 1-minute fair value gap, and then hopefully we get the long from here. Now, it doesn't have to. It can just push from here, obviously, but ideally we want to see us trade back into this 1-minute. That would be the ultimate situation. But we do have order blocks here now. This set of 3 down close candles is a 1-minute order block. So this could be what pushes price higher. And now we have another 1-minute order block forming here. And we have news in 5 minutes that might just let us go. So you have to be really careful with this type of thing, guys. So if we get a 5-minute close here, I don't know if it's even going to give it to us, but if we get the 5-minute close first, then this is probably going to just push up right away into this 5. So again, now we have one set of order blocks, another set of order blocks, and another set of order blocks. So there's 3 sets of order blocks that are bullish on this 1-minute chart right now. Now again, it's the election time, so hopefully we get some kind of crazy stab down first and then the long. Wouldn't put it past the market in this type of environment, but doesn't look likely from what I'm seeing here. And again, guys, ideally I'd like to see a retracement on the daily all the way up to the 50% level of this leg, which is right now all the way here at 20,398. So 3 minutes until the news, right? It's red folder news. I think it is, what did they say it was? I'll have to check back at what the news is. I think it's PMI, and that is probably going to drive the market up to this buy-side liquidity. Right? This is the 15-minute high. This is where we're going with very, very, very high chance. And there's new week opening gaps here. See this? So the draw is obviously up right now. So again, guys, we got order blocks here supporting price. So we want to see bounces out of these order blocks. One minute till the news. Even less than 1 minute now. Okay, guys, 10 seconds. So this is not where you front run news. Obviously, I want to take this long, but I'm not going to do it before news like this. If I miss the trade, I miss the trade. And looks like it's going to push us all the way up. Okay, so it missed so far. Hopefully this drives us down into this 1 minute. If we get a 1 minute dump into here, guys, that is where I will consider the longs. Again, I don't know if it's going to give it to us, but I'm not going to try and front run news here. So you guys can see this is the news candle that's been created so far. Again, we should see these 1 minute order blocks hold price, but my main objective would be to get it down to this 1 minute and then to get the long. If we get it, then that will be ideal. Again, guys, I'm not going to chase price up here. There's too much manipulation during election weeks. If I miss the move, I miss the move. There's no model for me to enter here. Where's my phone? Here it is. All right. Give me 1 second, guys. Yeah, so it's annoying that it's stalling here, but again, guys, in theory, this should be the driver to bring us higher here. Okay, so OBs are still supporting price for the most part. Again, guys, we want to see pushes out of these order blocks. If not, we're going to trade back down to this low and into this 1 minute FEG. Okay, guys, so hopefully we come down to this 1 now. We have a lot of people who are stopped at this low, right? A lot of longs that are stopped at this low. Okay, looks good so far for our entry. Hopefully we stay here. So thank goodness we didn't take the longs, guys. Okay, so if this 1 minute inverse is right here, hold on. If this 1 minute inverse is, guys, I will take a long from there. I think that's fair enough to take. So wait for this 1 minute to close. If we get it, then we can go long here. Entry would be around here, hopefully, and then take profit would be at the buy side. Okay, so far we're rejecting it. And now, if we reject it, right, this 1 minute FEG right here, let me delete this 5 really quick. If we reject this 1 minute, then we should go down to the 1 minute below. But if we close above it, that should be the driver to bring us back up to this buy side. So no close above yet, so we technically can't take this. Hopefully this just pushes us here, guys. So unfortunately there was no entry here. You can see that we didn't close above the IFEG, but hopefully this will push us up to buy side here. We're getting strong candles out of the IFEG. I want to see the internal highs get swept here. So you want to see all these highs get swept, and then you want to target this right here. Okay, good push so far. Almost there. Again, if you want to enter here, you can, but the RR now is really bad, so I wouldn't personally. So we might get a stab down into it here and then go. I'm not sure. $50 reversal, 3-bar reversal would be about a 50% pip retracement, taking your preferred entry. Yeah, I mean, like right now, you guys could enter this because we're retracing into this 1 minute, but we did take out an internal high, so it's higher risk. Hope that makes sense. Now, we did also just inverse the 5, so keep that in mind. This should push us higher. So, again, the 5-minute IFEG, which comes from right here, did just inverse. We closed above it. So this should push us higher to the buy side. Looks like this, right? This is the 5-minute right here. Out in time. And you can see that we inversed it right there. So this should drive us up to the buy side here. And hopefully higher than that, but so we have order blocks that formed here. Hopefully this forms a 1-minute OB and we push up to the buy side. So we just traded into a new week opening gap on the 1-minute. I know you can't see it here. Or on the 5-minute, sorry. There you go. You can see it now. So hopefully we just push way past it. Okay, we just missed the buy side by a tick. Oh, we just took it on NQ, didn't we? All right. So we just took it on MNQ as well. I'm on a funded account on the other side of my screen, so. I'm looking at MNQ at the same time as I'm looking at NQ, and we did just sweep that high, so that's good. Now from here, I mean, we could easily go higher. We have other unbalanced fair value gaps. If we look at like the 30-minute, what did this purple one come from? Was this a 5-minute? No. Huh. I don't know, but I think we push quite a bit higher here, guys, just based on what I'm seeing. You can take it if you want, but there's no real entry. This was the entry right here. If you look at the 1-minute, this was technically the entry, and also we had a 5-minute that inversed there, so this was also an entry. And yeah, so that was pretty much the only trade that came out of today. Again, it was higher risk because the close, I mean, it wasn't high above the FEG, but based on what this leg looked like, it was not the best RR in my opinion, but it wasn't terrible. Now on the 1 minute, also, I wish that this 1 minute fair value gap would have closed a little lower. So like right here, for example, instead of this big candle, because that would have given us a much better RR entry as well. So this would have been the entry here, and then a pullback would have been into this 1 minute fair value gap would have been a secondary entry if you wanted, and then take profit at the buy side, holding to higher levels if you want to, or if you noticed any higher levels of liquidity. So I'm looking at the one, just want to see where that fair value gap came from that I was looking at. So there is a 1 minute FVG right here. So if we extend this out in time, I think we'll probably go here now, if I have to guess. It just looks like the most obvious next level for price to go. So yeah, watch for a push up into this internal buy side. So we should still continue to push here, guys, because we have these unbalanced 1 minute fair value gaps that need to get balanced. And everyone that's trying to short this is probably going to get smoked, in my opinion. Again, guys, we have an unbalanced 1 minute here that should get rebalanced now. We could get retracements before that, but that's what I'm thinking. Okay, so there's that 1 minute fair value gap that we were talking about earlier. And it should continue to push higher from here too. But we could reject from here. At this point, I'm not interested in any trades anymore. Again, I was hoping initially during the day that we'd trade into this 1 minute FVG right here, but we never got it, obviously. And then when this 1 minute inversed, I personally did not enter on a funded account here. I waited for a retracement and I took it long to this buy side, and that was the end of my trade. Even though I do think it's going higher, I'm not interested in taking any more longs. We could reverse from this point. I could care less. Again, I do think that we're probably going to go to a 50% retracement now, which at some point not this week because it's Friday, but I mean, maybe today or maybe early next week, we'll trade back to the 50% level of this leg, right? That came from the daily. So if you guys trade NQ, you know that if you have a big leg down or a big leg up, draw the 50% retracement like 3-bar reversal talked about in the comments. If he's still here, a 50% retracement of this leg would be up to 20,398.50. So that's what I would expect to happen. How it gets there, I could care less. Again, my job is just to find good entries on the 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 5 minute, and then execute. Also, guys, I do think, I mean, eventually we know the market will continue up, but we do have all these data highs and equal highs that we never hit on NQ, so we're going to get up here eventually. I don't know when, but it's going to be soon. I mean, maybe not soon, maybe in the next few months, but eventually we're going to get back up here. So if we get really, really, really big dumps on NQ for like the recessionary stuff that's going on in the economy, then we can look for swings, and I will call those out in the Discord if I decide to take a swing somewhere here. But I think if we get down to these levels, I'll start to add QQQ heavily to take for swings up to these data highs. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of these lines here. But yeah, so that's what I'm seeing right now, guys, on NQ. And also, another thing you guys should learn, Fridays are one of the, if not the most likely day for trend days. So, for example, right now we're seeing this big bullish trend, right? So there's a very high chance that Friday continues bullish for today. And again, I'm looking at NQ, guys. It's the same thing as QQQ, which is like the stock, the indice, whatever, the ETF that tracks the NASDAQ. They're the same thing, just I trade futures version. It's better for tax purposes and it's more accurate. But Fridays are very likely to be trend days of all the days of the week. So if you see bullish price action on a Friday, just note that it's likely to continue. And where are you looking for it to continue to? We'll look for targets. So in this case, here's something that you guys want to see. So we're in this 1 minute fair value gap. Okay, fine. But we also have a 15-minute fair value gap up here and a new week opening gap. So I think price is very likely to trade into this 15-minute fair value gap. There's no 30, but there is a 15 and a new week opening gap. So this tends to be a magnet for price, and you'll see that we'll probably drive up into this level. Now, hopefully we get a pullback first and then another 1 minute fair value gap. We can try it. But I wouldn't put it past the market to just go here, just because of the nature of the day. So, as you can see, we're pretty much trading into it now. We're in the new week opening gap. I know you can't see it, but it's there. Right? If we go back to the 15, it's right there, and we're about to trade into the 15-minute fair value gap. Again, hopefully we get a retracement, because I would like to see something that we could maybe take an actionable setup up to the 15. I don't know if we'll get it, but I think that it's possible for sure. So now we're rejecting from the new week opening gap. You guys just saw it, right? A lot of people don't see this on their charts. Why is it not showing up now? There we go. So this is a new week opening gap. If you guys want this indicator on your trading view, it's called weekly opening gap by Kryptonite. And personally, I have the last 20 new week opening gaps on my chart. Okay, I use the previous 20. A new one forms at the beginning of every week in the futures market. So you can't see it on the one because that's just the nature of the indicator, but yeah. So I think what will probably happen here, maybe we get a retracement below these order blocks into this 1 minute fair value gap to continue higher, but eventually I think we're going to this 15-minute fair value gap. I know this is really confusing if you're just starting ICT, but these fair value gaps, these big down close candles where we have a tiny wick to the upside, tiny wick to the downside, draw a box out in time, these are unbalanced areas of price that should be rebalanced. And so that's why I look for them as targets. But I'm not just going to enter blindly. I want to see an entry model. For me, that looks like this. Let me draw a path for you guys to see. So if we get some kind of a down move here and form a fair value gap, and then we use it as support, we can use it to go higher. So the fair value gap would form in this set of down close candles here. We'd close above it right here, and then we would use it as support to go higher. And now if we don't get this entry, then I'm not going to take a trade here. Again, my trade was much lower. It was down here at this fair value gap, this inverse, retrade into the 1 minute to go long. But again, we have all these order blocks forming, so I wouldn't be surprised if we just push up here. Does that make sense, you guys? Whew. 3-bar reversal. Did you enter on that trade? I don't know if you're still in this chat, but I remember you talked about the 50% retracement earlier. Let's look at the 5 quick and see. Yeah, so on the 5 minute, I mean, maybe we get a trade back into this 5 minute FVG right here. And if we do, that would be a decent entry model. But I don't know if we get there. We could, but hopefully we do before the 15-minute gets hit. If we do, then that would be a decent trade you could try. And so it looks like we're not going to get an entry here, guys. Hopefully we do. Hopefully, so right here we just formed, well, this is NQ I'm looking at, right? Yeah. Did we just form equal highs here? No. But hopefully we form equal highs here and we dump. I don't know if we will, but let's see what we get here. Again, I'm not saying that we're going to dump. I'm just hoping for a dump to get an entry later. Yo, what's up, Cores? Good morning. Yeah, longs were really good. We took an entry here. This woman at IFEG, I took a long on my funded. Once we traded back and down into this 1 minute, I took it up to buy side. So I missed quite a bit of this move, but I got a good trade out of it. Like the live everyone. Oh, thanks, Cores. Yeah, guys, if you guys could like the stream and if you subscribe, it really helps the algorithm. Would really appreciate it. Wow, my riot position is up like crazy. So guys, I bought the dip on this. I know you guys, we're not on NQ anymore, but riot, I've been buying all below the 9s and in the 10s, but my average is like, I think it's at 885 now or 890. And we're up 7% on the day. I think this is going to 13, 18, and 20. I called this in our community, so if you guys want good like swing trades, you can join if you'd like. We're doing a 3-day free trial right now. But I think this intraday high is intra-week high is going to hit. And then these two intra-week highs and intra-month highs are going to hit later. But we need Bitcoin to run, and we don't know what's going to happen with the elections. But I think this is a really good high risk, but also very high reward play. So I'm only using 0.5% of my portfolio on that trade. But if you guys want more calls like that, you can join if you want. Also, just follow me on X. I post a lot of stuff there. But guys, you can see that we took out this high by 1 tick here. So maybe we trade down here and then get some kind of a 1-minute FEG entry, I hope. But my guess is that we just continue. Again, I told you guys that Fridays are typically trend days, and you can see that we're obviously trending here. And the 50% of the daily leg is up here at 20,000, almost 400. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get somewhere in this area today, just based on this bullishness today so far. Also, guys, there is one more position that I did take that I think we just bottomed in. A very, very, very well-known stock. They released some news yesterday that wasn't, I wouldn't say that it was like shocking. It was kind of like nonchalant news. Some people may have paid attention to it, and I think that we reached the bottom in that stock, and we added that in the community as well. So I think that's going to have a really good move. But if you don't want to join the community, you can look on my X account. I have talked about it over the last few weeks. I posted about the stock, so you can follow me there and try and find it. I'm not going to reveal it, but I think it's going to be a great one. How is Bitcoin doing today? So last night it was below 70,000. I think it was at 68. Bitcoin is at 71. Okay, so we had a big push on Bitcoin. Oh, whoops, guys. Let me show it here. So let's go to the hourly chart. Yeah, so look at this, guys. Big push on Bitcoin, but we need to see a big close up here. If we don't, then this is probably going to dump again. My guess is it's not. I think we're going to inverse this 4-hour, and then we're going to see new all-time highs in the coming weeks. Coming days and weeks. But yeah, guys, now the moves have been made. Cores. Oh, sorry, I didn't see this. Yes, I closed early. Oh, you took a long too? I'm going to keep Riot open on this chart. Cores, do you swing trade at all, Cores, or you just trade NQ? Do you take any like swings on any stocks? Like, have you looked at Riot at all or any of those? So I want to note something here, guys. We are also in this, I think this is a 4-hour gap, is it? No, is it a 15-minute? Yeah, it's a 15-minute gap. We're in this 15. Anywhere in here, we could easily reverse. We don't have to, obviously, but we're trading above this new week opening gap, so that's typically a bullish sign to continue up to the next one. But we could reverse anywhere here. I do expect a 50% retracement, but we could get some intraday 1-minute reversals. So just keep that in mind. Oh, whoops. Trying to make enough to swing, then expand. Yeah, that's a good idea. I have a lot of swing trades going right now. Primarily, I'll give you 2 of them. Riot, I just talked about, and then C3AI is another one. And there's one more that I think is going to be huge, but I'm not going to reveal that. Again, if you want to look on my X account, you can try and find it. But I will keep that one a secret. Or you can join the Discord. There is a 3-day free trial going on right now. Again, you don't have to, but yeah. Yeah, of course, C3AI. That one is purely a swing trade, and it's based on technicals. The other one I'm not revealing is due to slightly fundamentals. Not really, but more so technicals as well, but there is some fundamental value to it. C3AI, I could care less. I don't even know what they do. But the technicals on the chart look really good. That's why I'm taking the trade. And that's the beautiful thing, guys, is if you understand technical analysis, you don't have to even research companies. I mean, for long-term investing, that's a different story, right? But if you're looking at a swing trade and you see a really good technical setup, then you don't have to worry about the fundamentals of the company. It's purely a mathematical play. You're just taking a calculated risk, a calculated bet. Of course, I'll check that in a little bit. Hold on, let me look at this course. I know these okay, guys, so there's this guy on there was this guy on X, his name is Raid. His Twitter handle is Raid and then at Romeo TPT. And this dude is like the ultimate Faru. He like pretends that he's the biggest boss out there, that he knows everything about the markets, that he has this secret that nobody knows. And he's been called out so many times as being like a fake guru. He has all these DMs with other gurus about how he just wants to scam people. Um, he says, I know these charts like the back of my hand. I know who's in charge behind the scenes. I know what's going on behind the printing of each candle. These charts are designed to destroy 90% of you and leave you hopeless. But in the right hands, you have the power. They have the power to set you free. So he tries to listen, I mean, that's not wrong. The charts are very, very difficult, and they destroy it a lot more than 90% of people, probably 95. But he pretends like he knows who designs all the algorithms. He designs that, like, he knows everything behind the printing of each candle. It's like so like disingenuous, like I think is the word. I don't know how to really explain it, but like every one of his tweets, it's like cringe. I don't know how to, like, it just sends like the weirdest vibes to me. I do not like the guy at all. And it's been proven a few different times that he's just like a big scammer. Obviously, I mean, nobody knows who's behind the algorithms. I don't even think ICT knows that. But yeah, it's really cringe stuff. And the other type of shit he posts is like really weird too. Not a huge fan of him. Okay, guys, so there was a 1 minute inverse here that just closed below. Sorry, I didn't even see this. This is probably going to dump all the way down to here if I had to guess. If we're super bullish on the day, it's just going to dump to here, this internal low, but I think some of these will get swept as well. So far this one has got swept. Look for all these internal lows to get swept. Right? Because you have to think about how the market works. I know how every candle prints, guys. You want to see? So this is just obvious technical analysis. This bullish candle induced a lot of traders long. Once we close below it, the fair value gap that forms right here, now intraday price tends to change. So we have a change in the state of delivery, And now we're looking for where all these longs were, where are their stops. So their stop will be below this low, this low, this low, and probably this low as well. Now, we are very bullish today, so it doesn't have to take out every single stop, but we did at least take out this one. And we did we take out this one? No, we missed it by a tick. Oh my goodness, guys, I'm so sorry. I'm looking at the wrong screen. I know it sucks because I'm looking at my funded account at the same time here. So this is the 1 minute candle that was very bullish. We formed a bullish 1 minute fair value gap. Okay. We closed below it on this candle right here on NQ. I'll draw it out for you guys so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay. This is a 1 minute fair value gap. Okay. And actually we closed below it on this 1 minute candle. You could have taken a short here. This is a change in the state of delivery. Everyone that was long on this candle has their stop above this, below this low. Below this low, below this low, below this low. So you can see that the market is driving price below these lows to stop out traders. That is how the algorithm works. So if you want to say that the market is full of buying and selling pressure, personally, I don't believe it. I think that the markets are run on an algorithm. So Romeo is right about that. He gets that from ICT. I think there's a very complex computer code that runs the markets, and they're designed to stop out traders. That's why a lot of people lose. So like people that were induced to go long on this candle got stopped out at this low. And I don't know if this low got taken out yet, but we just formed equal lows here, guys. So we're probably going to take these out now. Right? So keep in mind, these are equal lows here. Look for a sweep. We are super bullish today. Don't get me wrong, but I do still think these lows are going to hit. And again, another lesson, perfect equal lows in the market like we have right here. So we just took them out by one tick. You see that? And now we could easily go down to this low because a lot of people that are long have their stops below this low. Excuse me. See this? Big bearishness. So I hope that makes sense, guys. This 1 minute fair value gap also traded into a 15. Guys, remember? We traded into this 15-minute fair value gap here. This 15 right here was that unbalanced fair value gap I talked about. We traded into it right here. And then on the 1 minute, after we traded into it, we created this 1 minute IFEG. We closed below it. And then that changed the state of delivery intraday to take out people's stops. So I think we will probably go down to this low if I had to guess. Again, if I was in this trade, my stop would already be to break even. Once we took out this order block, I would move my stop to break even, which is right here. And I would just write it down. I'd take profits at these equal highs. And yeah. So you'll see here that the market should deliver to this sell side liquidity. Internal sell side. Guys, don't forget to like the stream if you're enjoying it because it helps the algorithm. And if you haven't subscribed, I do try and live stream almost every day. And yeah. Also, if you guys have a Twitter X account, you can follow me there at the Checkmate Trader. It's the same exact username as this YouTube channel. But yeah. So watch for sell side liquidity to get swept. Then, guys, if you're still bullish on the day, which I am, I wouldn't be surprised if we get another inverse play here. So if this 1 minute inverses, I'm going to label it in purple. If we get a close above this fair value gap, so let me draw a path here for you guys. If we get a sweep here and then we come up and close above this fair value gap, like this, that should bring us higher for the day. But again, until we get that, we're just going to basically be watching the charts. But you see how this works, guys? This little tiny 1 minute. Look at the RR on this trade. Sorry, I'm just trying to like close some stuff on my computer because my computer's lagging pretty hard right now. But look at the RR on this trade, guys. I would have held it to this low. It's almost a 4-to-1 RR trade there. So you're risking $1 to make $3.60. Pretty darn good. And then right now, not too much going on here. We're trading into these new week opening gaps, so this could be where we get support. And then this is an order block here. Ricardo Russi, thanks for your live. I'm learning a lot. Can you explain how fair value gap inverts work? Yeah, so I'll try and explain that to you guys again. So you're looking for a few different things, okay? Either you're looking for the market to enter into a bearish PD array. So in this case, we entered this 15-minute fair value gap, right? This is a bearish PD array. Or you're looking for a liquidity sweep. So like, for example, if we came up and swept this internal high on the 15, this is liquidity, right? The market, if you guys understand liquidity, that's a different concept, but you're looking for a liquidity sweep or an entry into a bearish PD array. This works for shorts and longs. Just you, whatever I say, you do the opposite. But once we enter into it, like so right here on these candles, we entered into the 15-minute bearish PD array, and we form a bullish 1-minute fair value gap, okay? Once we close below this with a body, so this is very, very technical. You have to pay attention to exactly where the candles are closing. But if you notice this fair value gap, we closed below it with a body right here, okay? Once the body closes below a 1-minute bullish fair value gap, I can see that there's an intraday change in the state of delivery. So the market, in theory, should go down now. It should reverse this price action because we were very bullish here. And a lot of people that were long are now induced long based on this candle. Once we close below, this is where you enter your short right here. Your stop loss would be a close back above the 1 minute. So if we got a body close back above this 1 minute fair value gap, you would close a position. And then your take profit, you have to think all the longs, everyone that was long today, where is their stop? Their stops are here, here, and then here. So you could take partials here, here, and then your last partial will be at this low, in my opinion. Now you can see the market's going lower than this, but I prefer to take my position off at the most probable area, which is this low. So right there, that's a it's basically a 3-to-1 trade. You could keep your stop a little bit lower if you want, but I prefer to keep it at the body of this candle. But technically, it's a 1-minute close back above the fair value gap that you would invalidate the trade. And now, I mean, everyone's stops are also below these two lows, so I wouldn't be surprised if the market comes back down into this 1 minute that we were waiting on all day. Whoops. So this 1 minute fair value gap is what we never balanced at the beginning of the day. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get a full-blown reversal down to this low. So Ricardo, does that make sense? I know that was kind of a mouthful, but does that make sense generally? I know it can be confusing and there's a lot to learn about it, but do you get the idea of the body closing below the fair value gap? That's my model. This is what I trade every single day. Inverse fair value gaps. It's an ICT concept, but this concept specifically in ICT is, in my opinion, the best model. There's no better model than it. Because the risk to reward is so good, and it's very easy to spot these things. So this was my entry this morning, guys. This is the opposite on the bullish side, okay? We formed this. Hold on, let me draw it out here for you guys. We formed this 1 minute IFEG, okay? We closed above it on this candle. Now the RR here wasn't great, but I waited for a retracement into the bullish fair value gap below it, and took it long, my take profit was this internal high here at 20,201. If you look at the 15-minute, that's this liquidity right here. So that was my long entry, and obviously I missed a lot of the move. I missed almost half of it, but I still got my model, and that was all I needed. So this is another example of an inverse fair value gap, but on the bullish side. This is an inverse fair value gap on the bearish side. So guys, what I'm expecting to happen here potentially is we get a dump down to this 1 minute. Again, I don't know if it's going to happen, but that's what I think is going to happen. So if Ricardo Russi is still in here, just let me know if that makes sense to you or not. If it doesn't, I'll try and explain it a little bit better, but that's kind of like the gist of it. No worries, Ricardo. Am I speaking too fast, or are you able to like translate in real time? If you want me to speak slower too, let me know. Because I know, I mean, especially if I was trying to learn in a different language, I know that would be, it's tough. It's tough for English speakers to understand what I'm saying because it's a complex matter, but hopefully you understood it. And if not, I'll speak slower next time. But yeah, guys, if you are just joining, if you please like the stream if you could, it helps the algo. But also, if you subscribe, I try and live stream most days. My bread and butter setup is the IFVG, and I'll explain it more as you guys watch my streams more. You will understand it better. But again, guys, I think the market is probably going to go down to this 1 minute fair value gap here. This is an unbalanced 1 minute. We've been bullish all day, so I'm thinking that that's going to happen now. Just based on PA. Again, I could be wrong, but that's what I think is going to happen. There's all these people that are stopped at these two lows. So I would not be surprised if we get bearish PD arrays down to these lows. Again, we could also get a trade into this 3 minute first, and then we get the dump. We'll have to see what we get here. But just keep in mind that everybody who is long the market right now has their stops below this low, and they don't believe that they're going to get hit. So in my opinion, they're very likely to get hit just based on that idea. But again, could be wrong, and I don't know when it's going to happen, but it could easily happen now. And if it's going to happen, I'm guessing it's going to be violent down to these lows. Again, I'm not sure that it's going to happen, but it's pretty likely that we'll take out these lows because a lot of people are long right now and they're not expecting a dump. Also, we're in a 1050 macro. So another thing, if you guys don't have these on your charts, ICT macros by Cognito, very good indicator to have on your charts. These macro times, 950 to 1010, 1050 to 1110, they're algorithmic macros, so the algorithm tends to deliver price to where it needs to go in these macro times. So you'll see the best moves typically in these macros. So just a heads up, guys. And right now we're reacting from this bullish PD array right here. So also if we close below this, that's going to be a pretty bearish sign as well. So keep an eye out for a 1 minute close below this fair value gap. If we get it, we should drive price down to this 1 minute. Did we make equal highs here? No, we didn't. So we took out these highs by a tick here. So we could easily dump here again. We could go up, but I think if this 1 minute closes below, we should get a dump down into this 1 minute FVG. And again, guys, I wouldn't be surprised now if we get a reversal into this 1 minute right here, and then we get the dump. That's possible too. So many different scenarios here that can play out. Okay, so watch the reaction from this 1 minute fair value gap. We could easily reject from here. Just a forewarning, guys. Watch this 1 minute. Pay attention to what happens when we deliver into it. If we inverse it, we can easily go up, but if we come into it and we close back below, and then maybe inverse this 1 minute fair value gap, that can be a really big move down into this 1 minute right here. Okay, so pay attention to what happens in here, guys. If we stall in here and then we dump below this 1 minute fair value gap, I think that's going to be a great short. So your entry would be a close below this 1 minute fair value gap. Your take profit would be honestly down here in this 1 minute right here. But again, if we inverse this 3, then none of that matters. We're waiting for a rejection of this 3, so we're entering a bearish PD array. Then we inverse a bullish PD array, and that would be our entry down to take shorts. So I hope that makes sense for you guys that are trying to understand this inversion model. Okay, so if we close above it, then all this would be invalidated. But I want to see a rejection out of it and then a close below this 1 minute. If we get that, then the model presents itself. If we don't, then we don't. And we're in a macro time, so obviously you can see that the market is delivering to the areas it needs to deliver. Right, I told you about these algorithmic macros. They're very important. So again, if we get a big bearish candle here, don't be surprised if we get a dump all the way down into this 1 minute. So the model, again, here is almost a 5-to-1 trade. You're risking $1 to make $4.67 if we get a big close below this 1 minute fair value gap. If we don't get the close, then there's no model, no trade. Okay, so I'm looking for big down close candles. Again, you see how I'm not shorting this fair value gap because I could be wrong. But if we reject this fair value gap and we inverse a bullish PD array, that gives me a lot more confidence that this short will work. A lot of ICT traders will blindly short this fair value gap and they get destroyed because if we inverse it, we're likely going all the way back to highs of the day. But if we don't inverse it and we dump, then that'll be a great short. Okay, so far we're not rejecting it. So far this is a bullish close. And you have to think too, a lot of shorts have their stop above this internal high right here. So we could easily get there too. Okay, so look at the bodies of this candle. We still haven't had a body close above this fair value gap. Once we get a body close, look for this high to get swept. This high right here. If we never get the close above, then we'll look for this inverse and hopefully get it. Whoops. Okay, guys, so be very mindful of the bodies of these candles. If you see a body close above this fair value gap, we should go up to this internal high right here. Sorry, I can't move my mouse over it, but you can see it right there. This internal high. Candle closes in less than a minute. It looks promising so far. We got 10 seconds left. And there it is. So we should hit this high now. Again, we could come down first, but in theory, we should hit this internal high. Because everybody that's long or that's short right now has their stop above that high right there. Now we could easily get a dump first into this 1 minute. I don't like longing in premium like this, but it definitely could work. Again, you should have honestly, the 1 minute fair value gap right here was a good long. So now I don't think it's as good, but let's see what happens here. If we get a close back below this 1 minute, then I would get out of the trade. Because this could be inducement for longs, and then we could just dump. So the candle just closed. I would not be in this trade anymore, guys. I don't like that we closed below this bullish PD array. So again, now guys, I mean, I would have preferred for this liquidity to get swept first, this internal high, but now if we get a close below this 1 minute bullish PD array, this should dump us all the way down. So watch this bullish PD array here. Let's see if it holds or not. If this closes below, I think this is a great short. Again, ideally, I would have wanted this to get swept first, and then we get the short, but this is totally acceptable too. It would just be, I would give it like a 7.5 out of 10 if this short, if we get it. But if this liquidity got swept up here, it would have been a 10 out of 10 short. So if this 1 minute gets inversed, I mean, I would definitely expect this high to get hit. But hopefully this is the bearish PD array that holds and we dump here. That's what I'm anticipating will happen. But there's two scenarios. If this 1 minute inverses, that will be a long up to this internal high. But if we use it to reverse and we close below this bullish PD array, price should dump, and I would expect it to go all the way down to these two lows and then this 1 minute fair value gap. Okay, so I like these candles so far, but I want to see a big dump here if we're gonna. Otherwise, this bullish PD array will hold up price to continue as higher, but I'm expecting it to potentially close below so that we get a short. So pay very close attention to what happens in this fair value gap. So bullish reaction so far. But again, guys, I would not be surprised to see a dump here. It doesn't have to happen, but if we get a 1 minute close below this bullish PD array, that is the entry for the trade. Okay, so far it looks like it's going to close below, but let's see. Okay, so we're getting wicks in this bullish fair value gap, so that's not a good sign if you want to be short. But again, you don't have to worry yet because you're not in the position. You're only in the position if we get a close below here. Z Ninja Monkey, good morning, bro. Okay, guys, so that's pretty bullish. If we get a 1 minute close above this fair value gap, we should target this internal high. Z Ninja Monkeys, did you take any trades today, bro? So guys, this looks pretty bullish here. Again, if we get a 1 minute close above this fair value gap, then that could be a good long. But this could also be inducement. If we now get a big dump here, then this will probably be a great short trade. Nice. What trades did you take? Were they on NQ or something else? So guys, this is a very important spot in the market. This is going to determine whether we continue higher for the day or we dump here. I think we'll probably hit this internal high. And then maybe we get the rejection after. I don't know. That one bounce off of 1 hour fair value gap encroachment was a good one. Yeah, definitely. He's talking about... Wait, which one are you talking about? This hourly fair value gap inverse? Bounce off the 1 hour fair value gap encroachment. Are you talking about the 4 hour? Or is this the hourly you're talking about? I think it's a 4 hour, but there's also a 1 hour inside of it, so that's true. But yeah, look at the reactions we're getting here, guys. It'd be really nice if we could get a dump here into this 1 minute and then get more longs later in the day. I doubt they're going to give it to us based on this PA, but again, guys, if we get a dump below this 1 minute fair value gap, that's going to be great shorts, in my opinion, down to these lows. And then maybe that'll happen around 11, and then we can get the longs later. But it doesn't have to happen, but if it does, that'll be really good. Okay, so we're about to sweep this internal high. Imagine if they just leave it and then dump us. That would be crazy. Okay, so we're about to sweep the high now. Almost there. If they leave this and dump us and allow us to take it later, that would be ridiculous. I don't think they will. Okay, so there's the sweep. Hopefully now we get a dump. I don't know if we will, but... So you guys see we got a bullish reaction from the PD array, and now we should take out the high of the day. Keyword should. We don't have to, but we should. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Bounce, bounce, bounce. So guys, I'm looking for the internal highs to get swept here. Maybe a little push above them. Maybe we get a dump afterwards. But again, longing in this area I would never do with a live account because it is super risky. You're longing heavy in premium. It just doesn't make sense. Right? No matter how much belief you have that these highs are going to hit, they don't have to. The algorithms are very tricky and they can make the market dump whenever they want. So again, we were looking for this to get shorted, never happened, but now we got this 1 minute that inversed, we closed above it, then we closed below it, we closed above this 1 minute right here, and that was a decent entry, but there was some manipulation that happened here. This 1 minute should have closed and taken us immediately higher, but it didn't. So bum 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 bum. So maybe this 1 minute is what drives us higher here. I don't know. So you guys see why we don't long at all-time highs or close to high of day? A lot of manipulation can happen. Now, we could bounce out of these ones, but again, this could have been a 1 minute trade. Again, it's kind of in premium, so I don't really like it so much. But then when we swept this low, we bounced out of a bullish PD array and we inversed a 1 minute fair value gap right here. This was not a bad long in my opinion. However, we did take out this internal high, so it wasn't optimal in my opinion. Now, if you believe that this high was going to get taken, you could move your stop to break even when we hit that, and then we never even retraced, and you would have gotten a long up to at least this internal high right here. So, I think it was okay. Is anybody in a position right now? Anyone looking for longs or shorts? Again, guys, if we inverse this 1 minute PD array right here, this bullish one, I think that's going to drive us all the way down to this 1 minute low. Just a heads up. So watch the candles here. All that I'm paying attention to now, guys, I'm going to remove all this to make it less complicated for you. If we get a nice bearish close right here below this 1 minute bullish fair value gap, I think that will drive us all the way down to this 1 minute low, this 1 minute fair value gap right here. Only though if we get this bearish close here. If we don't, then we don't. Okay, so far this could set up for a nice short here, guys. Definitely could set up for a good short. Okay, this looks really good, guys. I'm not gonna lie. If we get a big bearish close here below this fair value gap, I think this will be a good short. So pay attention, guys. Again, we didn't take out full buy side on the day, but we did take out this buy side. So only if we get a close below this 1 minute FVG, this will be a great short in my opinion. But until we get it, nothing happens. You guys see how we patiently wait for a trade? We don't just take anything. Only if the model presents itself. Otherwise, you stay out. So again, guys, there's no model here. Nothing at all. Nothing at all that's forming. This is where you sit out. Now we're probably going to go up to all-time highs, but again, not all-time highs, high of day, but there's no model for me to enter. So I sit patiently. Hopefully we take out this liquidity, and then maybe we get a good short afterwards. We'll have to see what we get. But we're just going to sit and be patient. So this 1 minute fair value gap could probably bring price higher here. Again, I would never ever take this, but sorry, I'm looking at the wrong screen. This 1 minute fair value gap should take price higher to the highs, but again, I would never take it. But again, you're just tape reading because there's no model. You don't want to long in premium like this. It's never a good idea. Sometimes you get lucky, but it's just not worth it. So maybe we get a bullish reaction here to the highs. I don't know. But again, we're in premium. There's no reason to be longing with a real account. Okay, there's the highs. Did we just sweep them? Okay, so very bullish reaction there. Now keep in mind that we just swept all-time highs, right? High of day. So pay attention to this fair value gap right here. If we form one. Ricardo, excellent explanation. Of course, Ricardo, no worries. So guys, pay attention now. If we form a bullish fair value gap here on the 1 minute, be super cautious because if we reject it, I swear this will be an excellent short. And we could literally target, no joke. If you guys were really, really crazy on the day, you could literally target all the way down here. And I know this sounds hard to believe, but I've seen this exact model play out before, where we literally dump this amount. It would be a 10-to-1 trade. We sweep high of day. We have a bullish PDA rate that we reject, and then we just dump. We take out all the people that were long on the day, and then we eventually come back down to this low. I've seen it happen. I'm not saying it's going to happen now, but just pay attention. If we form a bullish PDA array and we dump below it, so right now this is the bullish PDA array right here. Hold on. This 1 minute. We swept liquidity, right? What I was talking about. This is liquidity. And now if we get a big down close candle below it, that's not a bad short. It's really not a bad short. Now, again, I could be wrong, and if we close below it and then we close back above, then we get stopped. But the idea is that this would be an excellent RR trade. Yeah, so it looks like it's not going to happen for now, but it would be even better if we sweep this high right here and then we get the dump. That would be really good. So look for big down close candles, guys. Let me look at the 2-minute quick. We're also forming a 2-minute, a bearish 2-minute here. So this is also not a bad entry. I really like this short. I would give this an 8 or a 9 out of 10. So again, if we get a big down close candle here, then you could move your stop to break even when we hit this low and then just watch the market collapse. Again, could happen, could not, but I just want to give you guys a forewarning that it could easily happen. So pay attention to this 2-minute fair value gap. We have another minute until this candle closes. So if it's a big 2-minute down close, that's not bad. Okay, guys, we're about to get it. I think. 15 seconds left on the candle. 5 seconds left. Oh, this looks really good. Oh, is it gonna do it? Did we close below? No, we closed right on the 2-minute, guys. That is unfortunate, or right above it. So this is not a valid trade. On the 1-minute, we did close below, but I want to wait for the 2. Normally, I'd agree with you on the afternoon reversal. However, an opening range gap above us. Yeah, I could care less about opening range gaps. My model is my model. But yeah, Del, if you have a model that you know works, then I wouldn't short this. Now, if we get another 2-minute close here, guys, I mean, that would be pretty darn good. In a minute, it seems to have worked. Yeah, on the 1 minute, it did work. And technically, your stop to break even would have to be at this internal low. So once we sweep this low, I'd move my stop to break even because we're very bullish on the day. You don't want to get smoked, right? And we're still waiting for the 2-minute to close, guys, right? Wait for the 834 candle to print, which did just close below. So this is an entry. Again, we're super bullish on the day, but I still do think this will work at minimum to that first low. So once we take out this low right here, I would move your stop to break even. I think that minimum we should go here. But once we do, because of how bullish we are on the day, I would move your stop to break even to reduce risk. But you have to think everybody that's been long today, they have to be careful. And again, guys, you have to realize not every trade's going to work, but your RR is so good that it's hard to ignore. So now your stop should be a break even. And watch, we'll probably take out these two lows right here. If we close below this, guys, I think that this is going to change the structure of the day and we will dump. But again, your stop, if you're short right now, should be to break even already. Because we could easily reverse here, and I'm okay with that. Hopefully we don't, but because of how bullish we are today, I'd be very careful with holding shorts. And if you want to hold it, if you believe there's going to be a big reversal, then you move your stops to break even quickly. And if you have to look on the 1 minute here, right, we still do have a bullish fair value gap right here that could hold, right? So when we trade into this, you have to watch to see if we get a bullish reaction. If we close below this one too, then we're easily going to go down to this low. Okay, so I'm very excited to see this candle. I want to see it close below on the 1 minute. We have 30 seconds left on this candle. If this is able to close below, guys, that would be it'd give me a lot more confidence for shorts to be working. But for now, we can already see there's a bullish reaction out of it. So keep that in mind. Would love to see a big bearish candle here, but if we don't get it, again, your stops are ready to break even, so it's a free trade. Hope that makes sense, guys. Ooh, ooh. So if we see full-bodied red here, that's very exciting. Well, let's see what we get. Imagine if this play works all the way down to the low that I'm calling here. All the way down there. So again, guys, we have 30 seconds left in this candle. So far, it doesn't look like we're going to get the close. And you might get stopped out here, and that's okay. It's part of trading. Again, it's a free trade, so you shouldn't even be worried. Ugh. Okay, I like this candle so far. Let's see if this body holds. Not org, I meant new week opening gap. My fault. I definitely see your vision now. Thank you, Dale. Oh, wow, this looks really good, guys. So at minimum, we're going to this low, in my opinion, right now. Just we need to see a 1 minute close below this, obviously. Now, we did just sweep this internal low, and we're getting a reaction already, so hopefully it holds. I have a feeling this is going to be a dump for this period of the day, and hopefully all the way down here. This is my vision. Now, if you're short on this, I am personally. I would take a partial here just in case we reverse from here. But everything else I would just hold. Okay, so we just did get a close on the 1 minute, so that looks really good for shorts, guys. So your position should print here. Hopefully. Again, your stop is at break even. See this? If you entered on the 2, you shouldn't have gotten stopped. If you entered on the 1, which was right here, you should not be stopped yet. I don't like this green candle, but again, your stop is at break even, so it's a free trade. my 3-minute gap? 5-minute? Yeah, there's nothing. Hopefully you don't get stopped at break even here. I have a feeling this is gonna dump. But again, no matter what my feeling is, we still have to manage our risk and be careful. So if you entered on the 2, looks like you're getting stopped here. You got stopped by a tick on the 2. On the 1, you still have not gotten stopped yet. Okay, guys, I'll be right back. I just have to get something for my dog. But keep an eye on the shorts. Wow. Look at that, guys. Hopefully this holds. This looks really good. This is also forming an order block here. But again, we want to see full-bodied candles coming down here. See how patient we are? I mean, sadly, if you're on the 2, you got stopped. I didn't get stopped personally, but if you guys want to see my trade right now, this is my Tradevate account. This is a funded account. Let me see if I can show you that it's funded. You can see Tradevate right there. Not going to show you the value, but it is a paper pay, a PAX or whatever. And I'm going to take a partial at this low. I'm going to take a partial at these 2 lows. And then I'm basically just going to pray that this 1 minute closes below and that we just keep dumping all the way down to that 1 minute FEG that I told you guys about earlier. Okay, so far a bullish reaction from here. I'd want to see more bearishness. I don't want to see this obviously go up from here. We're also about to enter a macro time. I'm going to remove this from my chart. Or I'll just leave it over here so you guys can see it. But the macro time starts at 11:50. That's really unfortunate we didn't even take out this low yet. Kind of annoying. I mean, we should, but at minimum. But we want to see like big down close candles here. We don't want to see it just stall once we hit this low. We want to see big down close candles, and that will confirm to me that we'll probably go much lower. Do we have an SMT with ES too? Yo, guys. Okay, here's another thing. If you don't know about SMTs, if you take ES and NQ, if one makes a lower high and the other one makes a higher high, like you see right here, that's another very big indicator that we have an intraday reversal. So that's another lesson for you guys. SMTs. ES, you see how we made a high and then a lower high? that same chart for NQ, we made a high and a higher high. So this divergence is called an SMT. And that also signifies we should get dumping or reversals on the day. So keep watching that, guys. I'm going to go to the bathroom quick. Okay, so we're still kind of holding. But yeah, this looks pretty good. Looks pretty good, guys. I hope you guys learned something there. So this is the 2-minute and 1-minute FVG. Liquidity, meaning high of day gets taken. SMT divergence between ES and NQ. I think this trade will probably print. And again, I'm going to take a partial at this low, and I'm going to leave a partial here, and then I'm going to leave the rest to run all the way down to this 1-minute fair value gap. Oh, my cleaning lady's here. Hold on 1 second, guys. Who's that, Lou? Who's that, Lou? Who's that? Is that Jackie? Is that Jackie? Hey, Jackie, good morning. Come on, Lou. Come on. That's Jackie, Lou. That's Jackie. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Come on, Lou. Let's go. Oh my god. My dog's so loud. Alright, let me close this door. Lila, come here. Okay. Alright, guys. Let's see if we get the full-blown dump. Shh. Sorry if you guys have to experience that. Yeah, guys, this looks pretty promising. Like I said, I've seen this model before. I called it out ahead of time. You guys heard me say that I think this is going to happen. Again, whether the full move happens, I don't know. But at minimum, we're going to take partials at these lows. Because we know everybody that's long has their stops below this low. Ninja Monkeys, it's edging so hard. Yeah, this is pretty crazy. But again, we are pretty bullish on the day, and we did already sweep a daily low. So I have less conviction this is going to work than other models similar to this. And why? Again, guys, we just swept this daily low. Very likely that we continue down. I mean, we at least get a retracement up to the 50% level. So I have less conviction in this. Going all the way to the full TP, though it's possible. Again, this is why we take partials, right? Because you never know when we're actually going to reverse on the day. For sure. So we didn't quite sweep the low yet. But we're almost there. Okay, that's the first TP there. Big dump. Again, guys, if we close below this 1 minute, so this is a bullish PD ray holding up price, and there's a low within it. So if we don't reverse from here, I think we'll for sure go down. But this PD ray is really important right now. So again, we're going to take a partial at this low if we get it. And we already took one here. Because if we're bullish, then this will just reverse from here. We just entered the macro time too. So this is either just going to full-blown spool price right back up, or we're going to get a full-blown dump. I don't think anything else is going to happen. It's one or the other. Come on, Lou. Okay, nice move so far. Very nice. We want to see this low get swept. See how beautiful this trading model is, guys? It really is. I really love it. The RR here was incredible, and I called it in real time. I explained to you guys that I've seen this model happen over and over again. I think it's going lower. I think we're going to this internal low, but again, we've already taken a partial here, so at least we're locking in some profits. Okay, so very bullish reaction there. Hopefully it doesn't react. I think this is probably going to get swept now, actually. But let's see. We did just enter the macro time, so we could reverse here. But from my experience, this wick here, it's trying to induce traders like, oh, this is bullish now, let's go long, and it'll just dump right below it. And anyone that's long here is going to get wrecked, and they're going to get wrecked by this low too. Very high degree of certainty now. Get ready, guys. Get ready for a big dump here. Okay, beautiful. So half my position is off here, and the rest I'm letting run all the way down to this 1 minute. I know that sounds crazy, guys, but this is what I do. Because again, if we are bullish, we should reverse here. If we close below this 1 minute, I think it's game over for the market. So remember, guys, this is the last PD array that's holding up price right now. On the 5 minute, it's also a 5 minute fair value gap. So we could easily reverse here. Don't get me wrong, but you should be super careful if you're long here. Because again, all these PD arrays are getting violated. I don't think there's any reason for the market to hold up here. I entered on the 1 minute as soon as this body closed right here. Because for me, I have a little bit more experience, guys, and I know when my model presents itself. When I saw this big bearish candle, I entered right here. And I have my stop above this high because I know that if the market is bearish, we shouldn't go back up here. So I had my stop a little bit higher. But for you guys, if you're new, you definitely should be keeping your stop right at your break even, especially when this low hits. So for a lot of people, you might have gotten stopped out in this trade. I personally did not. So hopefully this candle drops us below the 1 minute, but so far it looks like a very bullish reaction, so not a great sign for shorts right now. Guys, I try and live stream most days. Not always, but if you want, you can subscribe to the YouTube and follow me on X because I post there daily, but this is my model. I know I showed you guys it already, but this is what I like to take. So guys, if this 1 minute closes below here, very, very bad sign for longs. Again, this is another inverse. Again, I entered from up here. You could have entered from here if you wanted to as well, but if this 1 minute inverses, then price should really dump. And again, even that SMT with ES2 gave me even more conviction this would work. Again, you guys know higher, lower high, right? If I draw it out here like this, I'll draw it in black so you can see it better. Lower high and higher low. Higher high, I mean. Sorry, I always get confused between the wording, but SMT. See how this diagonals downwards, this one diagonals upwards. In combination with an IFEG, in combination with taking alt high of day, it's too good not to take. It's such a good reversal pattern. So get ready, guys. If this 1 minute closes below, I would expect to see some big, big pushes down. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna make some coffee too because I'm tired. Hold on. But keep that in mind. Keep that in mind, guys. Yeah, of course. SMT always a good confluence. Such a good confluence. Did I see that already? I don't even remember. Did I see your comment? And the best part is, guys, when you take little partials, you just get to watch the trade go in your direction. If it doesn't, all good. You already took half your position off. And if it does continue, you just keep making more. Like, there's no better feeling than getting an optimal entry and just watching the market. Thank God I recorded this too, so you guys can. I'm gonna post this on X so you can see it live. But yeah, this definitely looks like an intraday sell model, and I do think we're gonna go lower here, but I'm not 100%, which is why I took partials at this low and this low. We also have a 2 minute fair value gap here that we could potentially come up and rebalance. So don't be discouraged if we don't dump right away. We could come into this 3 minute and then go down. But yeah, the only reason why I'm a little bit iffy of this continuation is because we do have new week opening gaps here that acted as they were resistance, now acting as support. So they might act as support here. So that's the only reason that I'm a little unsure of a continuation today, but it's still definitely possible. So I think this candle, hold on, let me see if I can find it for you guys. This candle right here is also really important. There's an order block right ahead of it. And there's a volume imbalance right here. So I wouldn't be surprised if we come down to this volume imbalance. And if we come down to the volume imbalance, it means we've inversed the 1, which means we'll probably go down to this low. So, okay, let me go see if my coffee's ready. Okay, guys, so bullish reactions right now. Again, I said that it's allowable for us to trade into this 3-minute fair value gap. Did we already trade into it once? I don't know. No, we didn't trade into it. But if this 3-minute inverses, guys, I'll be fully out of the position, because if it inverses, it means we're probably going to go up again. So watch that. Watch this 3-minute. If we don't see, we want to see bearish reactions out of it. If we close above it, then that becomes an inverse fair value gap setup, which means we'll probably go back up to the highs, in which case I'll have to cut the position. So you guys see how I'm not only just managing my position by moving stops to break even. If we get an inverse, I know that the market is likely gonna reverse here. So I will cut the trade for a much bigger profit than letting it go all the way back up to my stop. Okay, and that really helps if you guys have prop firm accounts, because you know that there's trailing threshold. And if you get a huge trailing threshold, then if it like comes up against you a big amount, then your trailing threshold goes down. So it's very helpful to manage positions, especially if you have a prop firm account. So I want to see bearish reactions here, guys, remember. And so far it looks good. I want to see wicks form in this 3. But again, if I get a body close above, I cut the position. It's that simple. Okay, guys, so far it looks like we're going to inverse this. Again, at 12:06, I either cut the position or I hold it. So far it looks like we're going to cut it, unfortunately. But like I said, that's okay, because we're already taking half of our partials, or half of our profits, right? And who knows, maybe this is going to be super bullish and I have to get out at break even. But again, we're just waiting, because this could easily just be wicks to induce traders long, and it just keeps dumping. So far that looks like that might be the case. We have 2 more minutes of this 3-minute candle. So far it looks nice, but hopefully we don't get a body close above the 3-minute, guys. Actually, let me check the 5, because if there's a 5-minute, I'll wait for that one. No, there's no 5-minute. So the last PD array is the 3-minute here. Also notice, guys, we did just take out this internal high. So this also stopped out some shorts. So we could have just done this move to take out this high. Keep that in mind. Got less than a minute left on this candle. I like it so far. I like the wicks. This is such a long trade. This recording has been going on for almost 40 minutes. And it could go on for the whole day, depending on how this behaves. I'd like to see it just dump like fast, but if it's going to dump fast, it should happen soon. Okay, so I really like this, guys. And the candle just closed, so I get to wait another 3 minutes before I cut the trade if I have to. But it looks to me like we came up here to sweep this internal high. But again, if we do get an order block here and another 3 minute close above, then I will definitely have to cut the trade. Hopefully that's not the case though. On the 1 minute, let's look at the 2 minute quick. Yeah, nothing I would really trade on the 1 minute here, but this still does look like we're gonna dump. But again, just because I think somebody's gonna dump doesn't really matter. It's all about what the candles present. And right now the 3 minute is my bias for what's gonna happen in the market. So I want to see hopefully big red candles here. And I want to see a close below this 1 minute, like I've been talking about. Hey, hey, hey. So I'm looking at the 3 minute on my other screen. It definitely looks more bullish on the 3 minute. This 1 minute doesn't look that bullish, but again, if we get a 3 minute close above at 9:10, I will have to cut this trade. Or at 9, is it 9:09? Let me double check here. Yeah, at 12:09 or my time 9:09 because I'm Pacific time. So you can see that this 3 minute looks a little bit more bullish because we have an order block forming here. But as long as you don't get a 3 minute close above this fair value gap, I will hold the trade. And you know what I'll do, guys? This is what I'll do. If we get a 3 minute close above, just because it could be a fake out, what I'll do is I'll move my stop to this Wix high. That way, if this is a fake 3 minute inverse, then I'll still profit. And worst case, I'll get stopped at this internal high. That's what I'll do. Is anybody in this short with me? Or what? Did anyone hold it from up here? Or was everyone just tape reading? Because you don't trust me. No, I'm just kidding. I would never take a trade based on somebody else's analysis. Learn if you want to learn from somebody. If you want to learn from me, great. So still no 3 minute close above, guys. Never take a trade based on someone else's analysis, but if you learn from somebody that knows what they're doing, then you can take the trade. So far this is kind of bullish, but again, no 3 minute close above, so I don't have to close the trade. But yeah, hopefully we still get rejections here. Yeah, Dell, definitely. According to ICT, you shouldn't be trading during elections. I don't really. Again, I know that there can be some extra manipulation, but it doesn't change the fact that the price should still deliver on days like this. So. I've live streamed every day this week. I live streamed Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Wednesday I had a losing day, Thursday was a winning day, and today is a heavy winning day. Yeah, the algorithms don't care about elections, but they do make price hard. It's harder than normal, I would agree with that, but I still think that if you understand liquidity and direction, you can still take advantage of the moves. Yeah, I don't think I traded on Monday because there was no news. Yeah, it was a no news Monday, and those are really shitty days. Tuesday, I don't remember if I streamed. But Wednesday, I definitely streamed. Yesterday, I streamed. And then today, I'm streaming. Yeah, I should stream more. But guys, if you want me to stream more, you guys got to subscribe and like videos because it really helps. Guys, so it looks like I'll probably have to close this position because in 1 minute we get the candle close. And that's okay. Oh. Guys, if it's really close here, I'm going to move my stop to this high. The candle closes in less than 10 seconds, or 20 seconds, I mean. Okay, guys, I'm going to move my stop up to the high that just formed if we get a close here on the 3 minute. This is usually for me though. I'm trying to get more comfortable with afternoon. I usually just treat pre-market till like 10:30, but it kind of sucks because I'm also Pacific time. Are you in LA, Dal? Or what part of Pacific are you in? So guys, I'm moving my stop to the high there on the 3 minute where my arrow is right now. If I get stopped out, I get stopped out. North Idaho. I didn't know North Idaho ran on Pacific time. Don't you guys have like Central? Or am I tripping? Oh yeah, Idaho is more west, so yeah. Because I mean, what is it? It's California, Nevada, Oregon, and Idaho is somewhat close. I thought Idaho was closer to North Dakota. I'm not gonna lie. My geography is not great, but it's more west than I thought it was. It is Pacific Daylight Time? Okay, guys, so unfortunately I got stopped out of my long. I mean my short. Oh, Pacific Daylight Time. Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm Pacific Standard. So what time is it for you guys there, Dal? Did we just form equal highs on the 1 minute? No, we just missed this by 1 tick. Guys, if this starts dumping now, I'm gonna be pissed. It looks like it is. That's so annoying. But I wouldn't be surprised if we come up and take this high by a tick and then we dump. But if this goes without me, I'm gonna be missing out on a lot of money, but that's okay. 9:14 a.m. It's 9:14 a.m. here too. So you are Pacific Standard. Is there a difference between Pacific Standard and Pacific Daylight? I have no idea. One minute. Well, it's 9:15 here now. That was an odd amount of time to find the time. It was an odd amount of time. I guess we're good at reading price, but we're not the smartest the brightest matches in the box. Guys, look at this. At my stop, the market starts dumping. Watch this just completely collapse now. That's going to be so annoying. Oh, this looks like it's going to dump. But guys, this is what I'm talking about. Also, you can't have FOMO. Okay? You have a trade, you have a set of parameters, and you follow them. Exactly. Because I could be wrong. You know, let's say I feel like the market's going to dump here and I chase, right? I made a good amount of money from this short. And now if all of a sudden price reverses here and we get another inverse fair value gap up to the long side, now I'm going to screw myself. And all the profits that I worked hard for on a A+ model get destroyed. Then you start going on tilt, emotions go, logic goes out the window. It's a downward spiral of terribleness. So never ever do that. Take your model and let it be. If you get stopped out, you get stopped out. That's fine. See, like right now, this looks dumpy, but if we inverse this 1 minute, after taking out liquidity, this could easily go back up to this high. So you guys have to understand that this could reverse here, and I don't want to be the one that gets wrecked. Now, it looks like it's rejecting, which is good, but again, I could be wrong, and then you get smoked. So enter on your model, and that's it. That's the only trade you take. And then it stops from taking a bunch of trades during the day too. So look, guys, if this inverses now, we could easily come back to these two highs here. Right? Guys, I had a record. So as I've been streaming more, I got a record. I mean, for me, it's a little bit. I mean, for me, it's a lot, but for a lot of streamers, it's a very small amount of people. But I think I got 105 people come in and out throughout the stream last time I was on, which was yesterday. So let's see if we can beat it this time. Ooh, nice rejection here. Again, now I'm just reading price. I'm not chasing price, I'm just reading it. And maybe for next time I'll know, instead of taking my high at this internal high, and instead of moving my stop here, I should have moved it above this high, maybe a couple ticks. Right? Because a lot of people that are long, that are short, have their stops above this high. So that would have been better, honestly. So I learned for next time, I'll zoom into the 1 minute chart, I'll look for these intraday highs, and I'll leave my stop above the highs, rather than where I left it this time, which was here. So I think this move was to stop out more shorts, and then we're probably going to dump here. And now we pay attention to this 1 minute fair value gap and watch a close below it. No red folder Monday, red folder all day Tuesday. Let's take a look at the economic calendar, guys, right now. For those of you who don't know what that is, I'll put it up on the screen here. All you have to do, all you have to do is go into forexfactory.com. So on the calendar, forexfactory.com, and look for news next week. So this week I didn't trade Monday because we had that red folder news. Let's move on to next week. Monday is there's no red folder or orange folder news. So again, it's probably going to be choppy. Tuesday we have 10 o'clock news, and then we have the presidential election. Guys, do not trade on the presidential election. That is one day I will not trade for sure. Okay, don't trade. Wednesday, I don't know what's going to happen. I'm very excited for this next week. I probably will not be trading with a live account on these days. Maybe on Thursday with unemployment claims. But again, this typically doesn't have a big move, even though it's the singular 8:30 news that I love to trade. I typically wait for something like GDP or CPI. Those normally move a lot better, or PCE. Thursday, we have the FOMC statement. So this will be a big move or two. Maybe we'll trade at 2. We'll have to see. But yeah, guys, definitely no trading on Monday. Definitely no trading on Tuesday, and probably not on Wednesday either. There's no red folder news here, so take that into account. And then Thursday, maybe. We'll see. We'll see how PA behaves the other days. Oh, see, look at this, guys. And another fake out. So we inverse this 1 minute, induce traders, and then now we're dumping. Again, this is not a good 1 minute to take. Why? Because we're not delivering from anywhere. This is a 1 minute for value gap that we bounced from, right? But now we rejected this 1 minute. Sorry, what was that, a 3 minute? We closed above this 3 minute. Now we're closing below it. Yeah, guys, this is going to dump. But this 1 minute fair value gap, this inverse, isn't really delivering from anywhere. Yes, we swept this internal liquidity, but the real delivery from bullishness was from here. So there should have been a model from this area, which there wasn't. So I would never have taken this long. And look, we got manipulated. We got induced. A lot of traders got induced long, and now it's probably going to dump below the 1, and then we're probably going to collapse. Sad day, guys. But I learned. I'm going to keep my stops above these internal highs next time we get a trade like this. Because I missed out, potentially, if this dumps, on a lot of profits. Dow, that means pre-market will kill Monday. Maybe. Let's see. Let's see what we get. Let's see what we get. Oh, Tesla's down at 249. This stock doesn't get a freaking break, guys. We finally got our push, and now we're just retracing. Now, I mean, this is totally acceptable. I think we'll probably bounce from somewhere in this area. But I do think that Tesla is on its way to 314.67. So if you guys want to take longs on Tesla, do what you want with that information, not financial advice. Matt Mora, I took shorts on NQ. So did we, bro. We took shorts from this 2 minute inverse fair value gap. So we've been short all the way. Unfortunately, we got stopped out. We took partials, half the position at this low. And now we got stopped for break even on the rest. When did you take shorts, Matt? Before I let my dog out, you guys want to see what she looks like? Say hi, Lulu. Oh, Lulu. Let's see if you can see her from here. Hey, Lulu. Oh, Lulu. This is a mini schnauzer / poodle. Oh, Matt took shorts from where I got stopped. Oh, bullish reaction here, guys. All right, I'm going to let the dog out. Hold on. So, Matt, are you ready to get stopped out on your short, bro? Yeah, I also agree with you. I think there's probably going to be a big dump. I don't know when it's going to happen. They might even come up and take these highs out first. Are these equal now? No, they're not. So we missed this high by just a tick. And yeah, they might even bring price all the way up here first, then dump it. I don't know. But again, the model was up here. So if you're taking trades in this area, I don't mean to be a buzzkill for you, Matt, but I think this is a stupid area to be taking shorts or longs. I think the long should have been taken here on this down close candle. I mean the shorts, sorry. Because we can easily manipulate up here, then manipulate down. We're inside of a range here. This is not a good place to be entering trades. Yeah, if you're in shorts, Matt, I would have your stop to break even because we could easily manipulate up here, in which case you're going to get stopped, then you might go on tilt, try and take more trades. It's just not worth it. If you're trying to take trades inside of a range after big moves have happened, you should have your stops to break even very quickly because you can get smoked. Hey, 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 banana. And again, guys, if you're just tuning in, right now, we were in shorts, we got stopped, we took partials here, we got stopped for break even on the rest, but right now, this 1 minute PD array is the PD array that's holding up price in the markets. This is the determinant of whether the market is going to dump or whether we're going to hold. If we can close below this on the 1 minute, I think that's going to be very bearish. Now, the only caveat to this is that we do have a 5 minute bullish PD array within a new week opening gap that so far is acting as strong support for the market. So we could easily just continue higher from here. That's why I took a big amount of partials at this low. But yeah, we don't know if this is going to be used as support or resistance for the market right now. So keep that in mind. That's why I would not be entering shorts or longs here. It's just not a good area. Again, my bias is still bearish here, but just because my bias is bearish, does not mean that we have an optimal entry for a trade. Again, the optimal entry was here, and I called that out live. I took this on a funded account. I showed that on the screen. If you don't believe me, rewind the tape. You'll see me entering it and then showing you the live account afterwards. But I explained that I was entering on a funded account. Again, another 1 minute inverse here, but nothing that I would take short. 100%, Doll. Good meeting you too, bro. And if you want, follow me on X. I'll follow you back, as long as you're verified, because otherwise it fucks up the algorithm. But you guys can talk to me there, send me DMs, do whatever. And if you guys want, you can join. There's a free community on WAP. I have the paid Discord, obviously, but there's a free community you guys can join too, and you can get, there's like free prizes. You can spin wheels and make, you can get free prizes out of it. But yeah, good to meet you guys. I'm going to stay on, guys, until I see delivery to the sell side. So I'll keep explaining price action for those of you who want to learn. Again, this 1 minute PD array is a very, very important level, and it's holding up price right now. If we dump below it, specifically at body close below on the 1 minute, then we should see big rejections down to sell side and hopefully down to this 1 minute that was never balanced earlier today. I still have a strong feeling that we're going to hit that because I've seen this specific model play out many times. We have an intraday long, very bullish. We come back, we create an SMT after taking out high of day, SMT between ES and NQ. I already showed that on the charts. 2 minute IFEG or 1 minute IFEG, and then complete reversal down back to balance this 1 minute that was never traded into earlier in the day. Such an amazing model. Yeah, possibly for sure. Yeah, definitely possible. But I would take most of your profits at this 1 minute fair value gap, because we can easily use this to then rebalance higher. I would definitely take a partial at this low. I would take partials at these lows if you didn't take a partial at this low. But from my experience, if we inverse this one, we should get very strong price action down. If we don't inverse it, then nothing's going to happen. But definitely could see some bearish reactions if that 1 minute closes below. But again, if you're short from anywhere in this range, guys, I would definitely have your stops at break even because Just because I believe the market's going to dump doesn't mean it is. And if it doesn't, then we're going to get continuous chop back up here. Definitely, Matt, for sure. I just can't believe how much Tesla is just not... It should be reacting here, guys. I'm on the hourly chart. If we look at the 4-hour, we're in a bullish PD array here. We do have one bullish one here. We could get down into this. I don't think we will. I think we're going to react from here to continue higher. But if the market just dumps, then I don't know if Tesla's going to hold. We'll have to see. But I think that Tesla's ultimate draw is going to be $314.67 is the weekly target. So let me show you guys on the daily quick, because it's more obvious in the daily. Look at all these highs here. It's like, it almost looks like a table. You could put your dishes on here and eat dinner. So ICT always says smooth lines like to be made jagged. When you see these types of lines, it's very likely that the market will target them. And my opinion is that we are going to go there. We formed a double top here. Everyone knows the retail traders look at double tops in the market. And we have all this low resistance liquidity. We have these highs that have yet to be swept. So I think ultimately we're going to 314. When it happens, I don't know. But I think Tesla's a good investment, not financial advice. Okay, you see this, Matt? So look at these bullish reactions here. Again, this could just be designed to induce traders long. But if you're short, this is very scary. We also have all this low resistance liquidity here that's forming. It's like a trend line. So this could easily break to the upside. So if you're short, your stop should definitely be to break even. So far we've been recording for an hour and 3 minutes. I've been live for like 3 hours, but this trade has been going on for an hour and 3 minutes. And it could go on for much longer. Hopefully not, but again, technically we did get stopped out, but I think the real stop out, and I made a mistake here. I should have put my stop above this internal high, which I didn't. So once this gets hit, maybe by a tick, then the trade will really be over. But until then, we will track it all the way down to this low, hopefully. But again, we're getting bullish reactions out of the one, so not a good sign if you're short here. So now we're taking out a lot of this low resistance liquidity. Hopefully it gets rejected from one of these highs, but I think it's probably going to go to this high now because there's still a lot of longs that are, or shorts that have their stops above this high. And that is what it is. It's the name of the game. So watch for a nice reaction here, and maybe if we reject here, that'll be good, but all these shorts now are getting stopped out, including Matt. So Matt, you got stopped at break even, right? Because you moved your stop to break even like I said you should. I hope you did. Good. Yeah, taking partials is smart. And yeah, that makes getting stopped out a little less painful because at least you got some profits out of it. Come on. Come on. Okay, guys, so pay attention to the reactions we get at this high. Because if if we are still bearish on the day, we'll get a tiny sweep above this high and then ideally the dump. But so far, this does not look bearish, right? We still have a long time left in the day too, so I wouldn't put it past a full-blown reversal here. Back down. But again, I would like to see these highs get swept first. And then maybe the reversal afterwards. I don't know. Again, my job is not to predict how the pathway of how we dump, but that is my bias. And again, my entry was up here, so I could care less. And again, I did get stopped out, like I said, but my stop should have been above this high. Maybe a few ticks above, like maybe right here. And then at least I'm still booking profits on the remainder of my position. But I also took partials at this low, so this looks nice so far. Hopefully we get a full-blown dump here and maybe dump below this now before taking out the 1 minute high. Now, again, with this type of a pathway, you don't have to take out this high. It'd be ideal, but sometimes they leave it and then they just dump it. So, guys, I am going to let my dog out because she's scratching at the door, but pay attention to this high. We don't have to get it, but look for maybe a lack of displacement above it if we do, and then the dump. But yeah, this 2 minute looks pretty good. But again, we didn't sweep all the liquidity, so I wouldn't take it if I wasn't in already. But if we get a 2 minute close below both of these bullish PD arrays, that's not a bad dump. But again, not taking that on live account, but I'll be back in a bit. on, Lou. Come on. Wow, guys, still no take. Did we just make equal highs here too? Oof. Oh no, they're not equal. Close to equal. All these are relative equal highs. So a lot of people are short here, and their stops are above these highs. Wouldn't be surprised to see the sweep of this now. Hope you guys like my singing. Practice every day. Every day, guys. Just as more than I practice ICT. Okay, so hopefully we just get big dumpies here. But again, I don't like that we have all these highs here, but doesn't mean that we have to sweep it. We came close, so this is maybe scared enough short traders out. If we get big red candles here, that'd be really nice to see. The next macro is at 1310, which is coming up in 30 minutes. 28 minutes. Or 28 minutes. Okay, nice red candles here. I like it so far. Matt, now the FOMO sinks in, huh? But this definitely looks like we're going to come and test these order blocks out. But again, not trying to chase this. Matt, don't lie to me or anyone else on this stream. FOMO is a thing, and it will be a thing forever. I've been trading for probably 5 years. Wow, big dump there. FOMO is still real. You're not a superhuman. Don't kid me or anyone else. FOMO exists. You're a human being. I know you still get it. Whether you want to lie to me or lie to everybody else, I know that you still get it. All right, so nice dump so far. Like I just said, I think these order blocks are going to be tested, and they just did get tested. Now, the difference is not you probably feel FOMO, but whether or not you react on it is where the discipline comes in. So it sounds like to me you've been trading long enough where you recognize that when you experience FOMO and you act on it, you lose money. So that is a great sign that you are able to recognize it and you're disciplined enough not to click a button when you feel it. That I will accept as an answer. But this idea, this is like kind of like this Romeo guy on X. He's like, I don't feel emotions. All trades are transactional to me. It's just clicking a button. You're a human being, and if real money's on the line, you will feel emotions. But the disciplined traders and the ones that are best are the ones that recognize those emotions. They don't react to them, and they don't click buttons when they experience FOMO or any type of negative emotion related to trading. Why don't you cry for me? 'Cause I come from Alabama with the banjo on my knee. So this is either going to be the spot where we reverse or we're going to get even bigger red candles from here. IMO. So this should be, hopefully we'll reject from like right here. I don't want to see us come much higher than that. This needs to be where we stop. Don't want to see us come higher than this, or otherwise we'll probably reverse from here. Sorry, I'm using the wrong screen again. We shouldn't see the market go much higher than this. I think if it does, we'll probably go all the way back up here. But we did just close below the 1 minute. Did we close on the 5 as well? Yes, we did. So we got a 5-minute close below. This is crazy. We need to see rejections. I don't want to see us trade back into this. This should be a breakaway gap. Why don't you cry for me? 'Cause I come from Alabama with a banjo on my knee. So I want to see big downs here. I don't want to see it come back into this 1 minute. I told you guys this should be a breakaway gap. If it isn't, if it's traded back into it, we'll probably go back up to these highs. I want to see this 1 minute get inverse and then a continuation down to this low now. If it doesn't follow the way that I plan, then I know I'm probably wrong. But ideally, we don't want to see a trade back into this 1 minute fair value gap. Otherwise, we're probably going back up here. Oh, Susanna. Okay, I like that we closed below it. So hopefully, sorry, we closed below on the 1 minute. So hopefully this holds to take us down further. Again, my ultimate target is this 1 minute fair value gap. So I don't like this reaction. This tells me that we're probably going to go back up here, in which case we'll probably go back up here. But again, as long as we don't balance this, if we go 1 tick in, okay, that's acceptable. But if we go any more than 1 tick, we'll probably close back above it and then go up to these highs again. Yeah, if we sweep these highs, we probably won't go all the way down today. You're right about that. Sorry, if we sweep these highs, we probably won't go back down. He's right about that. And look, we're bouncing from this new week opening gap. So, yeah, I would not be surprised if we reverse here. Hopefully we see big down close candles here. I at minimum want this candle to get tested. The low of this candle right here, which is right here. I want this volume imbalance to be touched. Did it get touched here? Oh, I'm looking at QQQ, but we did actually test this volume imbalance. Damn. I didn't even realize that.
Okay, guys, so again, I hope to see this as a breakaway gap. But if it's not, then we're probably not going to have a full-blown dump today. Again, we could allow maybe one tick into it, maybe mean threshold, but again, I just don't even want to see it get traded into. Okay, so we're about to trade into it. If we miss this and reject here, that'd be crazy. Are we going to reject after taking out another internal high like this by one tick? That would be awesome. So also, guys, if you took this 1 minute inverse, which I obviously don't recommend because we have this huge down close candle, but technically you're waiting for a 1 minute close back above here to be for the trade to be invalidated. So far we haven't gotten that close. Right? We want a body close above it to fully be to have that 1 minute short invalidated. So far it's still valid, but we need to see big down close candles here. Matt, you better not be in a short from here, bro. I'm going to come over to your house and I'm going to cancel the trade because you're being a degen. All right, good. All right, I just hit 200 subscribers, guys. Thank you for subscribing, for whoever did. I started this channel like, I don't know, 7 months ago. It's been a slow and steady grind, but now we're at 200 subscribers. Can you believe it? 200! Just kidding. It's not that much, but for me it is. But obviously I'm trying to grow that. The goal is to have 1,000 by next year. So let's see if we can make that happen. Now, the sad thing is there's 4 people, I think, watching this stream, and we just called one of the best setups of the day and basically top ticked it. So pretty shocking that there's only 4 people. Bro said dump it, he gotta be in. Oh yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I don't believe that Matt's not in this right now. I think he's chasing this short, and now he's sweating because we're about to close above the 1 minute, potentially rebalance this. He's sweating bullets right now. Telling us in the chat that he isn't in it, laugh my ass off, but he really is. We know you, Matt. We know you more than you think. We know you better than you probably know yourself. Z Ninja Monkeys is spitting facts right now. Oh, this 1 minute candle does not look friendly. Oh, we still didn't close above, guys. We still didn't get a 1 minute body close above. So technically this is still valid, but... Oh, and now I'm not saying that we're paranoid, huh? We shouldn't be paranoid, bro. You gotta be paranoid. No, nobody else is paranoid for your position but you. Wow, look at this, guys. Respect to the 1 minute so far. Potentially a 1 minute order block forming here, though it's not high probability order blocks, but... Yeah, Matt, you're the only one that's got to be paranoid about your position. Subject is getting defensive. Oh my god. Wow, look at this dump, guys. So we want to see this hold, ideally. We want to see this order block hold, even though it's not really a high probability one yet. Let me look at the 3-minute. Guys, we also got a 3-minute inverse here. So if this closes below here, guys, on the 3-minute, we get a 3-minute OB. Ooh, this thing is going to collapse. But we need to see it close below, right? We want a body close below this candle's body. If we don't get that, then we're not taking anything. I mean, we're not taking anything regardless, but if you're short, you want to see an order block form here on the 3. Tesla is not getting a break. 247 now. It was at 271. I wish it would just finally continue. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful dump here. Guys, if this 3-minute order block forms, I think the market's going to collapse. Not financial advice. Not financial advice. Not financial advice. Matt, you can call me Oaf. My real name is Ophir, but you can call me Oaf. O-P-H. For short. A lot of people can't pronounce it. Ooh, don't like this wick. Wanted to see this close with a body. But again, we still have 2 minutes till the candle close. So this still can easily form a body here. That's right. Cores, oaf. Short and easy. What does cores stand for? Is that your name or is that like some other thing? So guys, we're still wiki here on the 3. The candle closes at 10 sharp, right? 13 sharp. So still wiki here. I want to see a nice strong 3-minute close downwards if we're going to continue down here. But so far it's kind of wiki. Yeah, so I don't like this candle for shorts just yet. Maybe we get some kind of a change on the next 3-minute candle, but so far we are not forming that 3-minute OB that would be high confidence shorts here. Yeah, so look at this, guys. Bullish reaction here. Basically, our last line in the sand here would be hopefully that this new week opening gap holds us down. That's what I'm thinking is going to happen here, but again, I'm not sure. And it's okay to admit that you're not sure in the market, guys. All the furus that tell you they know every single candle and every single move that happens, they're liars. There are times in the market where most people are completely uncertain of what's going to happen. Again, I still have the bias that we're going to be bearish, and we could sweep this high. We could balance this 1 minute. Sorry, I'm on the wrong chart again. We could sweep this high. We could balance this 1 minute. That's totally possible and feasible, but again, we also could just completely reject from here. I'm using the 3 and the 5 right now. If the 5-minute has a bearish close here and we close below these two up close candles, that'll be a bearish 5-minute OB, which would be even crazier after this 5-minute inverse. So basically what we're looking for here is we don't want to see a 5-minute close above this 5-minute inverse, and we want to see a bearish OB form, which is these two up close candles get closed below. That would give me strong conviction that we're going down to this low, and then probably this 1 minute for value gap that I've been aiming for since the morning that I called all the way up here. So this 1 minute looks really nice. Ooh, this looks really nice for down here. Now, keep in mind the 5-minute candle doesn't close for another 4 minutes, so we won't see if this order block forms for another 4 minutes. Now, what can easily happen here is the market can just push down super heavy and we won't even get the entry from the 5-minute order block. So that can also happen. So unfortunately, anyone that's telling you they're shorting here, if they are, it's extremely degenerate and it's extremely risky. But if they are correct about the bias, then they'll enter here and it'll just dump, and they won't have, there will be no other entry to get in. But we'll have to see what forms here. Again, the confluence here is a 5-minute IFEG plus 5-minute bearish order block plus rejection from the new week opening gap plus rejection from the IFEG. So all those in confluence tell me we're probably going to go down here, but there's no reason for me to short here when I had entries up here. Hope that makes sense. Don't chase price. Because if you're wrong, you will get smoked. Three minutes until this 5-minute candle closes, guys. Hoping to see a big down close candle here. Again, hope is not a trade idea. Okay. So again, we have our bias and our thesis. Hopefully the candles present the way that we were expecting. This is just tape reading. Entry was up here for those of you if you're just tuning in. Tesla down to 246. Crazy. Okay, 1 more minute, guys, until the candle close. I'm getting an alert on one of my potential swing trades. Okay, 1 more minute for this candle. I want to see, hopefully this whole minute is going to be down. That's what I would expect here. And if this whole minute is a down close candle, then we should get much deeper retracements into discount. But so far it is not a bearish candle. But I still do like this structure on the 1 minute. This structure is definitely not bullish to me. So I do like this to potentially just trade into this 1 minute and then collapse here. What might also happen is they leave this 5-minute candle here, then the next 5-minute candle is super bearish and there's no chance for entry. Okay, I like this close on the 5. No, I don't like it as much anymore. But again, like I said, they could just leave it here and then this 5-minute candle dumps without giving anyone an option to enter. Also, the macro time starts in a few minutes, guys. We have 5 minutes till the macro, so maybe they wait till the macro to dump this. I'm not sure. Hey, hey, hey. And also, guys, I will point out again that this 1 minute and 5 minute did close below, so this tells me that we're probably bearish here, and we are for now. This is that candle I'm talking about where they might not give us an entry and just collapse it. So very nice dump so far. I don't like how it's wicking here on the 1. But you have to think, guys, everyone who's long right now has their stops below this low. So to me, I'm almost, I have a very, I wouldn't say a high degree of confidence, but a pretty strong feeling that this low is going to get taken at some point today. Again, I do want to see a big bearish close below this new week opening gap. That'll give me a lot more conviction on it. So I like this candle, and I want to see it hold here. It's 10:07. We have 3 more minutes, 2 minutes and 30 seconds till the candle close. So far, very nice. Really like this candle. Now, we could use this as support, this low, but I doubt it. I think if we're going all the way down here, all these bullish PD arrays are being violated. I think we are going down to this low, and then again, I think this 1 minute will get swept eventually. But I'd want to see it happen now. I don't want to see us come back here. Because if we start coming back into this range, it's going to be a potential turtle soup to bring us up to this high. So I want to see complete collapse here. And again, we also could use this low to reverse, but I doubt it. I think if we're coming down here, we're going all the way down to here. Very nice move so far. Again, I want to see it completely dump. Do you guys like how I called this whole freaking move from up here? The whole move. Unbelievable. Sometimes I surprise myself. But again, why are we coming all the way down here to not sweep this low? I don't know. Again, the only reason I would say that this doesn't work here is because of elections. We ready. So the 5-minute candle is going to close in a minute, or just closed. And the 13:13 macro, 13:30, 13:10 macro just started, so probably will dump here. Very nice so far. I want to see a 1-minute OB possibly form here. But again, guys, do not chase shorts here because we just swept 2 internal lows. We don't have to come down to this low, especially because it's election time. They could just do max pain, bring us up here, then down. Who knows? So Okay, so we're coming into this 1 minute FVG. This should bring us down. Again, if it doesn't, super low probability, so could care less. I think this is a fake 1 minute inverse, but I could be wrong because we did just sweep a bunch of liquidity. So that's why you guys don't chase shorts, right? We didn't go down to this low like I expected, and that's okay. Right? Why would we not come down to this low? I couldn't tell you, but that's what happened. So maybe we like induce traders long again here and then go down. I don't know, but again, you should not be in any more trades. This is all tape reading. But don't worry. On Monday, well, actually not Monday because there's no news, but Tuesday and beyond, we will look at price again, and we will potentially take a trade, but we'll see because it is election week. That week specifically, I will be a little bit more cautious. But yeah, guys, so that is it. Again, if you haven't subscribed, be greatly appreciative if you do. Like the stream, it helps people see it. So follow me on X, the same username as this. And yeah, have a good weekend, guys. And I hope you had a great Halloween, and we'll speak next week. Also, I'll post in the Discord all the economic calendar stuff, days that I'm going to be trading,